Good day guys, the PC guy here, and it's one of those videos again where I kind of tell you guys how it's going with the channel and what I am planning to do with it in the future. And it's not really as much of a cheerful video as it has been in the past, because, well, it hasn't been going amazing. It's not been going terrible, mind you, and I'm not here to tell you that I'm going to stop or anything, but it has been a bit disappointing for the past few months. Newcomers to the channel, I would ask that you maybe check out the other videos, consider subscribing to the channel, and I will talk about why I am asking this right now towards the end of the video. So it doesn't look like I'm just trying to sub grab, but there are good reasons why it's very important for you guys to subscribe to us. I'm not going to make a video full of excuses, just going to tell you exactly how it's doing and the steps that I'm going to take to try to kind of bring it back a bit and give us a little bit more content. First of all, let me talk about what the videos that I am planning for in the future. If you are not familiar with the channel, if this is the first video that you're watching, you might be thinking this is going to be kind of a wine video or something that won't bring you much. Well, then in that case I would invite you to check the rest of the videos on the channel and see if it's something for you, and then you'll get what I'm talking about. For those of you that have seen the channel previously in the past, then this probably will sound a bit more familiar. I am thinking of doing two types of content extra in the channel because, let's face it, I am kind of running out of the tech content that I can actually do with the resources that I have. So those content types will kind of fill in a little bit the gaps and make sure that I still have videos to upload on a regular basis. And that regular basis is also something that I'm going to talk about shortly. So the things I'm planning are, one, a bit more tech related, I could say. The other one is a bit more gaming related, that might not really be for everyone. As for the gaming one, I have done in a couple of times in the past live stream of the progression that we are doing in World of Warcraft. Not everyone's game, I know, but that's content. It might bring some people to the channel that might stay to watch the rest, so why not? It's something that I will be doing anyway in my free time, so might as well upload it. I will add a separate tab for it, and I'm not going to count it as a content release for the 2 to 3 videos a week that I tend to put out. So it's not going to be taking away from the tech content in any way, shape or form, it's just going to add to it. So again, I know it's not for everyone, but it's always an extra. It has its downsides, which I will explore in a second. The other type of content is a bit more tech related, and I have actually not taken the steps to start it yet, but I am planning to very shortly. When I started the channel, if you guys have been following for a while, you'll probably remember I plan to do it a bit more focused at the modding side of things, PC modding, case building, in my case desk PC building. You should check those videos if you haven't yet, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, I cannot sadly do any modding myself right now due to certain circumstances. Let's just cut it short and say I have no space for it at the place that we moved into. I don't have a workspace that I can do that sort of work, so that kind of cuts it really short in that aspect. Anyway, there are plenty of modders that I have talked to when I was doing my own PC desk, and I thought it might be an idea to have interviews with people that do that more regularly, are more experienced than I am, and can produce better work than I ever could. So that might be something interesting for you guys to watch if you are into the tech scene or modding scene, and I will be contacting a few of them and seeing if they're actually interested in that sort of thing. Just do an interview about modding, what is modding, their past projects, difficulties with modding, and anything that really comes from the PC modding scene, be it competitions, sponsorships, inspiration, the process of building, all that sort of thing for those that are interested in it. Currently on the waiting list is projects to move my build from the desk PC to the O11 dynamic that I have there in the back, but that's kind of on hold until I find a home for the new desk because, well, space is kind of limited. Those two types of contents do have some downsides. The modding is not something that's for everyone, I suppose. Most people like to see a bit more of a standard finished product that they can get themselves if they wish, or at least to ogle over something that they can actually get for themselves, or could potentially if they, for example, had the budget for it or something. So yeah, it's not content for everyone, I know that. could be still interesting, and we all love to see some of the good modding work that is out there. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Now, the downside of the game streaming, I have seen mixed opinions about it. First of all, it is a type of content that's not for everyone. You have to enjoy that specific game, and then you are kind of advertising to a gaming audience, and that's not what I always wanted this channel to be. But it could bring new people to the channel, so yeah, that's kind of the bigger draw to it, to just give us more content and potentially more people. The other downside is that it is sad that live streams, and I mean sad because no one's really sure, because no one really knows how the algorithm works for YouTube to picking our videos to recommend. It is kind of sad or thought that live streaming kind of hurts your channel in terms of how often YouTube recommends your content, because of it being a long transmission that will end up having low audience retention, low average watch time, let's say, because most people tune in for a stream for a few minutes and then tune out. So you are going to have like an average watch time of the video of like 10% or something, as opposed to other videos that might have more, if they were shorter, more to the point videos. This is an important metric that YouTube takes in consideration when it is recommending your video to people, for people to watch on the, the YouTube watch page and whatever. So it could be potentially hurting the channel more than it helps. So I'll definitely have to keep an eye on that. Now, as for the reasons why I said at the start that it wasn't such a happy video after all, well, it is a kind of question that has a lot of answers. The first of which, and the simplest of which, is with the resources that I have, there is a limit to what kind of themes I can approach, what kind of things I can talk about and show you guys without kind of devolving into being a channel that just does empty talk and just reports on leaks, every leak that comes out. And yeah, it's interesting. It probably draws people because people are interested in all the new stuff, whether it's confirmed or not. But I did not want my channel to be that either. And yeah, I don't want to be repeating the same tired old leaks video after video. And I think you guys probably would get tired of that pretty soon as well. So that's one of the reasons that it's a bit disappointing, and why I'm kind of struggling to find content, is that there's only so much I can do in the tech scene, and I don't want to get too deep into the gaming scene either. So there is a possibility that in the future the release schedule will change from actually being a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday release, and I might change it to having the Saturdays just being the news days like they have been so far. That won't change. And for the other 2 uploads of the week, I might not have a schedule at all and just release a video when I have one on a worthwhile theme that is actually done well and not just rushed out to meet a deadline, which sometimes I feel like I am doing when I'm putting videos out at such a rate. This does mean that you might have weeks that there are no videos at all other than a news video on Saturday, but if it means more quality, it might actually be more beneficial in the long run. Something I kind of was hoping was that the subscriber number would keep climbing. A while back, the last half of the past year, the channel was actually growing at a pretty good rate, and I was quite happy with it. Almost every day I would wake up to notifications on my phone of new subscribers, new comments, all that sort of thing. And now it has kind of flatlined. It's not falling lot. It's not falling at all, actually. It's just basically flat, and it's not growing and it's not declining either. So there are multiple factors to that. At first, when the big drop at the start of the year hit, I was kind of thinking that it was related to Christmas and being after the Christmas rush, but it never really recovered after that. Part of it is also because of the tech cycle. There's no actual tech being released, not a whole lot to cover. Part of it is because of the lack of resources I have. I cannot, like a lot of other tech YouTubers do, just make a little video of a build that I'm doing just because I felt like it, because I don't have all the hardware lying around for that. I don't have brand support, which I understand. It's a small channel. I can't expect them to just ship hardware to everyone that creates a YouTube channel. And yeah, tech is expensive. So I was kind of hoping for the subscriber base to grow, to hopefully hit 1K, to be able to get at least some expendable income from the channel to invest back into it from the ads on the videos, but that's really not going great and the subs are kind of flatlining. I'll let you guys see what I'm talking about, and this is how it was growing from June last year all the way to December, so a pretty good increase and it was going pretty well. And then around Christmas it just dropped and it never really came back up again. As far as watch time, the same story. It goes, keeps going up. There's a spike here actually, and then it just drips down and it never actually reaches the peaks that it was reaching back then. I also don't want to make excuses, it's just about the time of the year and the tech cycle. I know that the quality is lacking in some aspects. Sound quality, for example, like right now, you can probably hear that. There's not a whole lot I can do currently about that, but that's something that could potentially change if the channel were to grow, because then I would just get a different recording PC, I would make a small set upstairs or something, and that would kind of solve that issue. However, on a channel that is not growing like crazy, I find it hard to justify the investment in what is basically a hobby for me to get a complete set and a second recording PC. Getting more subscribers would also definitely help possibilities after sponsorships, being able to get review samples of hardware, all that sort of stuff that would give a lot more tech content to give back to you guys. And that's really what I want the most out of the channel, is to just see it grow, not to get free stuff, not to quit my day job to do YouTube, but just to see the channel grow and see something that I work on and I care about actually be successful. Because yeah, I'll be honest, it's a bit more on the personal side, but very few of us actually have jobs that they like, and in terms of actually feeling invested into it and it's a field that they love. I'm not one of those lucky people, so this is the closest that it gets from me to getting that satisfaction and that fulfillment. So that would definitely be something that I would enjoy seeing grow in the future. And yeah, I know it's not easy, it's a competitive field, and I can't expect anything to just be, I can't expect people to just pity subscribe, so to say, but yeah, it would definitely help to get that subscriber number up, to actually improve the quality, improve the content, and reach those goals. I would love to do other types of content as well that would also give some more variety to the channel, like Q&As, more interaction with you guys. So there is a post that I made a couple months back in the community tab asking for any questions that you guys might have for a question and answer episode. Didn't really take off. I don't think a lot of people actually check the community tab, but it's there. So if you would like to contribute to that, so if there's a question that you'd like to see answered in an episode like that, feel free to post them there. Other things like comment on my PC or comment on my build, that's also definitely a possibility. Just drop them on that post or on any comment on any video, because I do read them all. And yeah, that's something that we could get going if you guys are interested in having a bit more of an engagement relationship with the channel. So yeah, in short, that's the reason why I try to ask for people to maybe check the channel and subscribe at the end of each video. I don't think a lot of people actually watch all the videos to the end, so most don't even get to that part. I might start asking earlier on, but that's kind of the crux of why it's important for people to subscribe to channels that they would like to see grow. For example, I have the watch time required to apply for monetization. I'm far from having the subscriber base, and that's kind of the problem really right now. Like I said earlier, that would allow us to make a better job, make better videos, have more resources. So yeah, don't want to beg for subs too much, but that's really the point of it. Anyway, hope you guys keep watching the channel. Try sharing some links, send to a few friends if you'd like to help us grow. Advertising is not my strong suit, so that would definitely help out a lot. And yeah, I won't drag this on for too much longer. Hope I'll see you guys in the future. And in the meantime, as always, have fun.